Heyo guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City, where I have actually brought you back at Preston, which is sort of where I was theorising last time, even though I wasn't 100% sure. So 3 games in the interim, and it's one of each, basically. The full bingo set. We stopped the rot of losses that started with a loss to Bristol City by beating Bristol City 1-0. Then we drew to Birmingham 1-1. Then we lost to Millwall 1-2. I hope this pattern doesn't continue because it's going the wrong way for my liking. If Preston's 3-1 and Reading's 4-1, I'm going to be very mad. But Edgar getting the goal against Bristol, Shaw getting sent off in that. It's, After not having a red card in 2 years, I feel like we just decided to average it out a little bit with back-to-back red cards. Velasquez got the goal against Birmingham, they equalised. And Schott got the goal against Millwall, finally getting a goal. And hopefully that does his confidence the world of good. Worth noting, the last time a striker scored was the 20th of August, which was Hugh King in the 2nd minute. None of these games featured a striker scoring. 6th, and then Schott's finally got his first of this season, first of the loan, and his first in 10 hours, apparently. I wish I'd known he was on a bit of a drought before we even loaned him out. But that all being said, despite recent results, we still lie in 5th. Now, we are a good solid 5 points behind the Sheffields, and equal on points with Brentford and Leeds. Brentford just being a little bit annoying, and just purely alphabetically ruining the top 4 Yorkshire. Actually, it might be goals scored now I think about it. But either way, Brentford ruined the top 4 Yorkshire. Velasquez still in the top 3. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Lascelles, kind of annoyingly still very good in terms of his performances. It's that thing where you realistically know you should probably drop them for a player who is technically better on paper, but you just can't do it because they just don't stop putting in great performances. And I have, just out of the corner of my eye, noticed that Crystal Palace are still unbeaten with 7 draws. Complete inverse of top place Sheffield, where it's 7 wins, 3 draws. Crystal Palace rocking 3 wins, 7 draws. When do we play Palace? Miles away, December. Preceded by Leeds though, so that's probably going to be a thing. FA Cup nonsense going on in the background for lower teams. Yes, Wilson finally picked up his 5th yellow card. Weirdly, after everything I said in the last episode, Edgar picked up his before Wilson did. I ended up being forced to having to play them in every match alongside each other just because they wouldn't pick up yellow cards, and then finally Edgar did, and then Wilson did the match afterwards. So thank you for staggering that of your own accord. Does mean that we need to start Carter there and find a replacement for Wilson on the bench. Actually, because of the makeup of players on the pitch and the... Oh, good, yes. Edgar needs to come back onto the game, obviously. I don't know who to take out. Right, Edgar comes in, Borges stays because he's been the more consistently good defender this season despite his incredible averageness as a player. Eager makes the bench and Burrows joins him on that just to sort out sort of defensive personnel that can come on if we need them. Otherwise, our issue is, well, the issue's been the striker, and this right-hand side has been the issue this year. After years where the left-hand side of the attacking midfield has been the problem, now we've got Madeira just having fun for the most part over there. Ebersbach and Lee Tao haven't been great. Van Gastel hasn't been great when I put him in either. Lee Tao's all the way down here, by the way. He's on a 6.99 average for the season, but the last 5 games have been 6.6s. Ebersbach has had one good game in the middle of all that, and realistically is the player who has a little bit more in him to grow into if necessary. Also, I had the future club players list come through, the players that are going to become homegrown club at the end of the year. More than I thought. Ebersbach and Feistham are on that list. Now, obviously, Feistham will not quite near the team anymore, just because Davila's too good. But there's 4 players, and there's 2 more which my brain is escaping me of right now. Oh, Shaw, obviously, and a 4th, and I can't remember who it is. But yeah, 4 players become homegrown club that have been in and around the team starting next year. So that's a huge waft of them coming through next time round, and most importantly, amongst those, Shaw and Ebersbach, I would say. Not going to have so many issues in terms of the homegrown club players, that's for certain. And of course, with them becoming homegrown club, they can become homegrown nation at the same time. Which means none of this nonsense where I'm having to pack the bench with homegrown nation players just for the sake of it. I just realised Robbie Davis is still in there. Nope, he stays. But anyway, that's all the major updates. Wait, we're favourites against Preston? Hang on. Oh, we're actually favourites for a game in the Championship. What's happened here? Looks like we stopped winning and then suddenly we become favourites for a match. Considering we weren't favourites for 22nd placed Blackburn, it was, wasn't it? After winning a whole bunch of matches, unbeaten in the league at that point, were we? I can't remember. No, we'd already lost to Sheffield. So, yeah, very interesting. And we are balanced. I will go positive. At home. Now, Borges on the ball here. Back to Sergio. It's weird that I never called Dutra. But Sergio, Nacelle, all works his way forward to Nacelle. Shot is through. And will he get off one? Yes, just wide. Seems to have a little bit more confidence in him after scoring, but that's to be expected. That nearly goes in. Hang on, they got Declan Rudd in goal. I think he's there already, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, so clear. Thank you for that. Yeah, he's been there ages. I just remember him from Norwich. So far, so dominant. It's worth saying, actually, the loss to Millwall, we were the better side, statistically. So, a little bit hard to take, that one. But we're going to have results go in our favour and going to have results go against us. Like the Watford game, I've mentioned it before, fairly even. Velasquez smashes the bar. Yeah, the Watford game was fairly even and we ended up edging that one. Can't quite remember how the Middlesbrough was stats-wise, but obviously we edged that one in the end. And a home to Preston, who, whenever I do a bet, always does the opposite of what I want them to do. I've never known a club to be so fantastically contrary to what I want when it comes to betting. Like, if I bet both teams to score, they won't score. If I bet them to win, they'll lose. If I bet the other team to win, they'll win. So, it's a baffling precedent. Preston, just every time, they're the anomaly. But anyway, here comes Madeira. Prostro was back, and I would love him to start performing. He scored. Thank you. He heard me. And of course, we do have to slightly meter recent form with our expectations for the season. With this goal, we sit in fourth, which is, frankly, ridiculous still. Less ridiculous than being in the automatic promotion spots, but still ridiculous. Crystal Palace have obviously slightly recovered. Fulham, though, have sacked their manager and signed Scott Parker again, who was the manager of Sheffield Wednesday. A team that were looking like they were going to get promoted. I don't know why he's done that. Other than an allegiance, I guess. Things are going well, you're capable of even better. Now, we've scored the one goal. I would like us to score more than one, just to reassure me that we are capable of that feat. Because it has been quite a while since we've scored 2 goals. Not Davila's best game, and Shao is available to go to the opposite side. And Eber's back with an 8.3 out of nowhere. Loving it. Alright, Shao's on a 7. I'm going to swap him over and get Burrows on the opposite side. That's the brilliance of Shao. Just going to stick him on either side and he's going to have fun either way. Carter's been booked. Not having his greatest game there either. We'll leave him out there just on the basis that he's actually quite well conditioned at this point. And none other. I think we ended up with over 20 shots in that Millwall game. 25, something like that. It was a ridiculous amount. We had 15 in the first half alone. Alright, I'm going to make that change because Squires is technically a more natural ball-winning midfielder, even though his stats are worse in the ball-winning midfielder points, I think, overall. Unless he's developed. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest of tacklings, but other ones, better. Great bravery, though, which he doesn't. Purely because Madeira's booked. In comes Shanley. Madeira, of course, we do need to remember the fact that Madeira wasn't even a natural on that left-hand side before this season started, and here we are. 11 games in, is it? Oh, great. He's offside. It's great. It's fine. The amount we've been sort of vague. We've not been like out and out FM'd just yet, but the amount of sort of slight FMing we've had this season is a little bit hard to take. There's been a few even games that have gone either way, both in our favour and against us, and then there's been a few that we really should have been about 3 or 4-0 up that have ended up as a draw or a win in their favour in the case of Millwall. But we can't, like I say, we can't be too mad at it overall because over the course of the game so far, we do have 22 points out of 11 matches as things stand. I think it is, 11. So we've picked up 2 points on average per game at this stage, which is silly for a newly promoted side. Lincoln's good start has slightly faltered. Velasquez, Rudsler sued it slightly there. Oh, Millwall played with 3 strikers. Seriously? 63% of possession, 16 shots, 9 on target. Don't know how many clear-cut chances we've had. Future has clearly been pushed because he didn't even reach the ball there. Before this disappears, what have we had? Oh, no. What? How have we managed to have 9 shots on target with no clear-cut chances, 4 half chances? How have we managed to have none clear? Okay, it's not completely FM then. 5 saves held, 2 parried, 1 tipped. 6.8. Where's the 50-50? Where's the option for me to go, what happened in the second half? Burrows is always demotivated when I get assertive. It's weird. Oh, it's an international break. I've timed this great again, haven't I? 8.4 from you, though. That's the one shining light. A player who's so far been largely indifferent, despite decent potential. And considering he can become homegrown club at the end of the year, where's this Oxford been all season? Literally their first win. Against the team directly above them, but still. Oh, Middlesbrough sacked Steve Bruce, by the way. I do think they've slightly underrated Bruce, considering how decent he's done with Newcastle. It's got to be said, he's done fairly well with Newcastle. Right. So far, what we've seen is a Velasquez who couldn't speak English. Now he can. I'm very intrigued to see how this one changes. Sent him on loan, by the way, just because we now have a better option, and obviously Shao can cover if need be. So, no real news, no real injuries during that international break. Actually, no injuries at all. We don't have the greatest amount of international players, but it's still about 7 or 8. I don't know how many of them are first team, but we've survived quite well. Actually, this one didn't come across my radar. How did he get injured? And more importantly, why was that not on the previous page? Right, we just straight swap for Collins, and then we need to have Lee Towell in the picture for that one then. No problem there then. Okay. And of course, Gonçalves steps back in after being red-carded. Well, not red-carded, after racking up the yellow cards. Shao is tired and needs a rest. Every time. Get an earlier flight! And with no one to cover the right-hand side, I suppose I need to have Feistamel around, just in case. Right, other than that, we're all good again. Dutra's in goal, Davila, Borges, Edgar, Burrows on the right-hand side, Gonçalves, Wilson, Velasquez, Nissel, Madeira, Ebersbach, and Schott. I think I'm going to persevere with Schott, mostly just to keep Klopp happy, because he did come at me when he was out of the side. Underdogs is the one that's most likely going to get a response. There's really not a lot of first options that get a response when you're not the favourite or on a good run or on a bad run, actually. When you're sort of having like mixed results, there's no real option in the team talks that ever is a consistent winner, unless of course you get lucky and get the media one. Shot, it's gone too wide now after that's been saved, and highlights over. Cotterill now on the ball for Reading. Now Reading are having a decent start as well, 21 points. Same as us, as things stand. He messed it up. It's gone all the way back to their goalkeeper, so mistake? No. Hang on a second. I need to check. I need to check that Mora at some point. It can't be the Tottenham one. He often ends up out of favour, but he doesn't end up championship level out of favour. Okay, so shot was offside. Yep, clearly. Francisco Mora starts in Portugal. Surprised I haven't come across him. So Nacelle gathers this throw in. Edgar now. What? No, I do not wish to click to view Nottingham Forest. Oh, I wish you to save it. Oh, Dutra. Best signing. Genuinely the best signing. Why am I looking at the bomb again? Miguel Luiz on the resulting corner. Comes to nothing. Shocker. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. All right, then. I'll put the kettle on at this rate. Oh, it's a goal kick now, I think. After some weird ping-pong there, that ends up at Mora's feet eventually. Una? Mustache? Hang on. His surname's Mustache. Mustache to have a look at that in a second. Mora's smashed it. Needed a little lesser there. Real player, Wesley Mustache. Incredibly good. No, nothing really great other than the determination. Just good everywhere. Fair play, Wesley Mustache. Oh, no! This happened before, I'm pretty certain. Ebersbach had one good game and then got injured. It's happened again. Pretty certain that happened before. We've had one shot all game. This is very unlike us. We're normally in the game at the very least. As Mora really needs to do lesser again and pass it. Lee Towell's available. What a match for Van Gastel not to be here to get some good game time. Van Gastel's performances, when I've given him a chance, haven't been great. At the same time, I need to give him game time so he can develop. It's an annoying catch-22. Lee Towell, though, back in the side by default than anything else. Nissel, inwards to Wilson. Madeira will keep it in. Still keeps it in. Davila. One day, a cross will beat the first man. He's got the ball back, as I was averting my gaze, but we've lost it again. As I re-avert my gaze. Revert my gaze? I'm not quite sure that's supposed to be. Puskas head over. This could have been a demolition job if they were able to hit the target a little bit more consistently. Can we do something, please? This is the first time we've been properly just non-existent in a match, which has been kind of surprising considering, you know, how well we're rated. All the fun going on at Sinsel Bank. It's not Sinsel Bank anymore, is it? It will be in the game because they won't have updated. We've had 61% of the possession and one shot. I don't really want to watch this in 3D, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it in 2D. Mora, inwards, just walks into the box and puts it in the goal. If we could do something that resembled defending, that would have been brilliant. Hello, there's another chance before half-time here. A good solid 45 seconds after the half should have ended. Davila, clearly the ref's not paying attention, but if it goes in our favour, I won't mind too much. Nacelle, it's a shot. Counted as on target even though it was the post. Sympathise? We've done literally sod all. Nick, mate. Read the game. Sympathise. Shot hasn't missed a penalty. He's on a 6.0. I thought a 6.2 was a marvel. Oega's equalised because he's basically Van Dijk of the Championship. I know there's something up there. This is the team that got the right back I wanted last year. Nico Williams. There he is. I finally mentioned him. We finally met him. He was willing to come to he was willing to come to League One. Wage demands are a little high, as you may have guessed. But yeah, very good Championship player. A very good League One player he would have been. Decent Championship level, I'd imagine. Doesn't have a star on either side of these, so it's very hard to tell. I've got to do something about that striking situation. The experience of Collins is 1-1. I'm treating this as if we're being demolished on the scoreline, but we're not. We're being demolished in the game, but not the scoreline. Velasquez is on a 6.3. He's not had a bad game yet, so we'll let this one play out a little bit longer. I really need to get an actual corner taker on the corners themselves. Far too many of them have not been taken short. I mean, not to make a change there. Can we do tackling? I mean, deserve it. Nuno Kuna, regen. Just tackle him. Steven, tackle him. I'm pretty certain he phased through Steven's tackle, actually. The foot was there. It should have been a foul. Yes, proceed with the tactical changes of this goal, because clearly Victor's not going to do anything, is he? He's anxious as well. Right, who's Velasquez's best second choice? Nacelle. Oh, that's great. Who's Nacelle's best second choice? Velasquez. Can't win either way. I think overall the best ratings come in like this. Get Carter to play me, get Nacelle to Mazzala. I must have been delighted with me taking off my best player. We have come back into the game a little bit, but that's fine. Go positive. Can we just do something? That would be great. Ah, hello Wilson. Is this the something? Nope. Oxford have won 2 in a row out of nowhere after 3 points from the first 10 matches. We came back into it. It wasn't quite as dramatic as it was looking at the start. I mean, such an easy goal. He's played 25 times in a year and a half. He should have come to us. He'd have played every game. I'm actually going to be aggressive. I don't know how far. I think we play Luton in like 2 days. We do. Can't say so you're in training. How long? 5 to 6 weeks. It's happened again. It's happened again. He has one great game and then gets injured. Still 8th. Still have 20 points. Still 2/5 of the way to the safe margin of the Championship, which is 50 points. A good solid quarter of the way through the season. So we are ahead of schedule and we're still predicted 18th. I think that's edged up a little bit again, but we're still 18th predicted. Davila and Dutra are our best 2 players. Dutra, by the way, continues to just... I've never known... I don't think I've ever seen a young goalkeeper develop this quickly, this young. Because obviously the peak period for goalkeepers is a lot later on. It's late 20s. It starts at. And they normally sort of develop dramatically in sort of the mid... like just before that. Usually when they're young, the development's quite slow. Dutra, though, defies everything. He's sensational. He's genuinely sensational. This could be a lot worse without him. He's conceded 39 goals in 57 appearances. Well then. We still haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game since 5-2. We score 5 goals in 1 game and then we score 1 goal basically in every match that follows for the next 9 games, bar 1 where we don't score at all. Probably Fulham Lincoln next time round, 2 games in between. I'll see you then. Ta-ra.